This is so simple. Back up what you say is your core value. People are at the point now where they don't believe you anymore. You can say whatever, it can come in a little catchy jingle, whatever, but if they don't see that backed up by action, then they're never going to believe you. You used to be able to fool people a little bit. Now it's too easy to research. It's too easy for me to share exactly what the information is. And if people can see that, then they'll believe you, and then they will be associated with your product. With the money, you have to let people see it. You have to let people know that this is the reason why you're doing it. And I think sometimes people feel ashamed to say, hey, I'm doing this and I want to sell you something while I'm doing it. There's no shame in that. That's being honest. This is what I want out of this. Because if you try to come from the guise of, I'm just doing this from the heart, people can see through that facade as well. But if you're honest and say, hey, this is the core value of who I am, and I want to sell you something. Whenever I'm making music and I'm selling an album, people buy into you as a person. So now we've removed the album as the thing that we're selling, and the artist themselves is in the center of the circle. So who they are as a person now is what we're selling.
I would argue that the employees are the new customer. You're not just promoting your values to customers, you're promoting it to your employees as well to increase engagement, which is at an all-time low within organizations. So if we're at an all-time high of companies sharing their values out, but an all-time low in engagement, that's another disconnect.
You know what that means? It means people don't believe you. People won't connect with you no matter what you put out. The authenticity has to be there. Again, which is another one of those hip-hop lessons.
The future of cause is going to be the people. The people are going to say they want something, and the corporations are going to do that. And we see that happening now.
It's that point that Gerald's making of adding the value. When you're looking at just how much did this make me today, bottom line on this report, the money may not be there, but the money's going to come in the long run. That's what we're talking about, of building yourself to that point where you make that economic shift.
I think that's really interesting is that we're moving from a society of stuff to a society of experience. Huge shifts, even how we calculate our gross domestic product, right, with that.
That to me is the economy, is the economy of a possibility. The more that we bring out those possibilities and that information, that to me is where that growth happens. The currency is time, attention, breath. That's all you got.
What's great is that we have so many people here that I'm learning are really out doing well by doing good. You can do well by society and still make decent money.
Yes.
Is the more we can get that message across to young people and at the same time push for a policy that supports that type of economy, the better off we're all going to be.
If we're talking about making money, if that customer does not feel like you represent them, they don't see themselves represented, so they may purchase something from you one time and then have a really bad experience. My father used to say, don't step over $1 to get to a dime. Right? So if I'm creating that customer that will stay with me forever for the next 30, 40 years, for their entire life, then if I'm connecting with them culturally, that's the reason why I want to invest in them.
Who's our customer now? It depends what lens you're looking at through. Our country's so divided. In our organization, we do our event. It's an environmental event. And we do it in Dallas, Texas, where it's like the last place you would think of doing that. It should be out here in the Bay Area, but we do it there because we're trying to really communicate and listen to people who might not think along the same lines as everybody else who's out there beating the drum.
The disconnect is because the people that are talking about it aren't really talking to the people that they're trying to pull in. So when you're approaching someone, you may have to change your format because obviously that format is not addressing this child. And either they don't see the value in it, they're bored by it. This is the direct information that we're getting when we're doing the research. We're very used to doing cookie cutter work, and we fall in love with the process versus understanding what we're really trying to do. We're going to actively engage people where they are. Let's go to a digital realm. Let's go and sit inside of their neighborhood. It looks foreign and weird to a lot of kids, so my thing was to show them exactly what engineering was. Everything's been engineered. Someone made this chair, someone made this floor, someone made your shoes, someone made your earrings. Everything's been engineered. So to show children that was the reason behind Era of the Engineer.
How will you remix the future?